As I gain momentum, as I'm building speed, this is the refrain that I will speak. He is above all others. Above all names, nation, race, and creed, no bloodline pure enough or royal blue. He is above all others. He was raised for the people, lived for his people, died by the hands of his people, still rose on the third day to give life to all people. He is above all others. Who else wants to try? Who else wants to compete? Tempted by the devil, yet his divinity he couldn't steal. How can you sell him an horizon when he owns the plains? He put his leg down on the earth and calls it a mere footstool. He is above all others. He is incomprehensible, indescribable, incomparable, unpredictable, incorruptible. All magnificence flows with radiance. None can stand a chance. He is above all others. So I was at work writing this poem, and one of my colleagues noticed it, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm writing a poem about Jesus." And they were like, "Oh, yes." You're one of those. And I was like, "What do you mean?" So he told me, I was like, "Okay, well, who is Jesus to you?" So he said what he said, and it's from our discussion, our open discussion. I think he was surprised that I was responding to the things he said. He was like, "God is mean." And I'm like, "Is he? Why?" "God is this." And I was like, "Is he? Why?" And then I was like, if you're that curious, there's a lot of people that are very willing to talk with you and explore with you. So the next time someone talks to you about Jesus, don't shy back. Say something. Test them. Push them back. Because the same way they will test you about Jesus, you should have that same conviction, that same oomph to go right back. And that's exactly what I did. And because of that, this next poem came along. And I call this one The Name. In the beginning, the Word already existed. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. He existed in the beginning, before the very fabric of time was quantified, and nothing was thought, said, created without him. The Word gave life to all mankind, to all species in the air, in the water, and on land. The Word is the light that pierced the darkness. The darkness can never extinguish it. Who do they say that I am? Some call you a prophet, a political leader, a great orator, a best-selling author, able to transcend time and decade, but not always relevant in our time and age. Some call you a leader of a group that was never needed nor requested. Some call you a man that lived, that died, that was crucified, now elevated to a realm above his noted mortality, and some others just don't acknowledge you. According to the disciples, some called you Elijah, a prophet of God, reinstating and reinforcing the sovereignty of God above all other edifice or deity conjured by man. Others said he is John the Baptist, a man rejecting the status quo, a man planted in the wilderness, a man declaring the arrival of the Word in its fleshly form, but just a man. Who do you say that I am? Who is he? To me, he is the written and the unwritten. Herod couldn't kill him. The Pharisees couldn't confuse him. The people couldn't hold him. Nero couldn't crush him. The new age can't silence him. The new age can't replace him. He is Elohim, the architect of the universe, the manager of time. He was always, is, and will be unmoved, unchanged, undefeated, never undone. He is Yahweh. He was bruised and brought healing. He was pierced and eased pain. He was persecuted and brought freedom. He was dead and brought life. He is risen and brings power. He reigns and he brings peace. The world can't understand him. The armies can't defeat him. The schools just can't explain him. And the leaders can't ignore him. He is like gravity, undeniable. I searched for God. I searched for the God of impossibilities and found him in the very word impossible. He is impossible. He is that I am, that I am, that I am. I say that again. He is the I am that makes all things possible. The next time you look at a situation that's impossible, smile, because he is there. He is the very essence of the word impossible. He is my Lord, and he rules my life. He is my Redeemer, my Savior, my guide. He is my peace, he's my joy, and he is my comforter. I serve him because his bond is love, his burden is light, and his goal for me is abundant life. I follow him because he is the wisdom of the wise, the power of the powerful, and the ancient of days, the ruler of the rulers, the leader of the leaders, and the overseers of the overcomers, and the sovereign Lord of all that was, is, and is to come. His goal is a relationship with me, with you, and with you. He will never leave me, never forsake me, never mislead me, never forget me, never overlook me. When I fall, he lifts me up. When I stumble, he steadies me. When I'm hurt, he heals me. When I'm broken, he mends me. When I'm blind, he leads me. When I'm hungry, he feeds me. When I face trials and I just can't find the word, he is with me. He said, whether I look to the left or the right of me, he'll be right there telling me which way to go. When I face problems, he comforts me. When I face loss, he provides for me. And when I will face death, I will be reunited with him. You are Jehovah Jireh, my provider. Jehovah Nisi, the Lord, my banner of all protection. Jehovah Shammah, the Lord is here. Within the stillness of the chaos of life, he calls your name, for he is Jehovah, Yeshua, Athai, the God of salvation for us all. In a moment of stillness, just wait for him. He is there speaking to you, speaking to your very situation. He really is that I am, the God of the impossibilities. Amen.